My beloved child, before you leave this video, stay with me for just a moment. I know you have been praying. I know there were nights when you looked toward heaven and wondered if anyone was listening. You asked the same question again and again. Lord, have you forgotten me? My child, I never forgot you. Not for a single second. Tonight, I want you to hear what I have been waiting to tell you. Do not leave before the end. My beloved child, I heard your prayer the very first time you whispered my name. Before the tears reached your eyes, I already knew your pain. Before the words left your lips, I understood every fear hidden inside your heart. You never needed perfect words for me to hear you. I understand the language of broken hearts. I understand silent tears. I understand the prayers that were never spoken aloud. So stop believing that your prayers disappeared into the silence. Nothing you have ever prayed has been forgotten. Not one word, not one tear, not one cry for help. My child, the reason you have not seen the answer yet is not because I ignored you. Sometimes I protect you by making you wait, because I can see what you cannot. You only see today. I see your future. You see closed doors. I see the dangers behind them. You see delays. I see the perfect moment that is still coming. Trust me, even when you cannot understand my timing. Because I have never been late. Not once. I know waiting is difficult. I know you were tired. I know there were days when you smiled in front of everyone, but cried when you were alone. I saw every one of those moments, and I stayed beside you through every single one. You thought you were walking alone, but it was my hand that kept you from falling. Many times I protected you from things you never even knew were coming. Many times I changed your direction without you realizing it. One day, when you look back on your life, you will understand that my silence was never my absence. I was working, even when you could not see me. So tonight, do not lose your faith. Do not stop praying. Do not stop believing, because the story I am writing for your life is far greater than the chapter you are living today. Rest now, my child. I am still holding your future in my hands, and I have never stopped listening. Stay with me, because there is something even more important I want to tell you next. My beloved child, there is something I want you to understand tonight. You have been asking me to change your situation, but before I change your situation, I am preparing your heart, because the blessing you are praying for is not small. The future I have planned for you requires a stronger faith than you have today. That is why I have been teaching you to trust me when you cannot see the answer. Anyone can believe when life is easy, but true faith is born when you choose to trust me in the middle of uncertainty. My child, do not let disappointment become your identity. You are not defined by the doors that closed. You are not defined by the people who walked away. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by the love I have for you. And my love has never changed. Not when you felt strong. Not when you felt weak. Not when you believed. And not even when you doubted. I have loved you through every season of your life. Even during the moments when you stopped talking to me, I never stopped watching over you. There were nights when you cried yourself to sleep. You thought no one knew, but I was there. There were mornings when you forced yourself to smile, even though your heart was exhausted. I saw every one of those moments. My child, please stop carrying tomorrow's worries today. Tomorrow is not in your hands. It is in mine. You spend so much time imagining everything that could go wrong, that you forget how many times I have already brought you through impossible situations. Look back for a moment. Remember the prayers I already answered. Remember the storms you thought would destroy you. Yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. That was not luck. That was my grace. Every breath you take tonight is another reminder that I have not finished my work in your life. There is still purpose ahead of you. There are still people you will encourage. There are still lives your story will touch. And there are still blessings you have not yet imagined. So don't let fear convince you to stop walking. Take one more step with me. Trust me one more day. Pray one more prayer. Because what feels impossible to you has never been impossible for me. Rest now, my beloved child. I am already working on the tomorrow you cannot yet see. Stay with me, because I still have something important to place in your heart. My beloved child, there is one more truth I want you to carry in your heart tonight. Stop believing that you have to be perfect before you can come to me. I already know every mistake you have made. I know every regret that still follows you. I know the words you wish you could take back. I know the moments when you feel ashamed of yourself. Yet I am still calling your name. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. Too often you judge yourself by your worst day. But I see you through my endless love. The world remembers your failures. I remember your future. The world tells you to hide your scars. I tell you to place them in my hands. Because I can turn every wound into wisdom, every tear into strength, every disappointment into a testimony. My child, there is nothing impossible for me. The mountain standing before you today is only a mountain from your point of view. From where I stand, it is already moving. Do not measure my power by what your eyes can see. Measure it by who I am. I am the one who brings light into darkness. I am the one who makes a way where there seems to be no way. I am the one who speaks peace into fearful hearts. So why are you carrying a burden I never asked you to carry? Give it to me. Your fears, your unanswered questions, your sleepless nights, your broken dreams. Place them all into my hands. You were never created to carry them alone. Tonight, release what is weighing down your soul. Forgive those who hurt you. Forgive yourself for the mistakes I have already forgiven. And step into tomorrow with a heart that is lighter than it was today. Because I am not leading you toward defeat. I am leading you toward hope, toward healing, toward peace, toward a future filled with my purpose. So take my hand once again and walk with me. I promise you this, as long as you keep your eyes on me, you will never walk alone. Stay with me, my beloved child, because the greatest part of my message is still waiting for you. My beloved child, there is something you have forgotten. You keep asking me to prove that I am with you. But how many times have I already carried you through the impossible? Think about the moments you thought would break you forever. Yet somehow, you found the strength to keep going. That strength did not come from you alone. It came from me. I was holding you. Even when you could not feel my presence. My child, stop looking for me only in miracles. You will also find me in the quiet moments. In the sunrise that gives you another beginning. In the breath you take without thinking. In the peace that suddenly fills your heart for no reason. In the stranger who speaks the exact words you needed to hear. I have been speaking to you in more ways than you realize. The problem is not that I have been silent. The problem is that the noise of this world has become louder than my voice. Slow down. Be still. Let your heart rest in my presence. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You do not have to understand every answer tonight. You only need to trust the one who already knows the end from the beginning. My beloved child, I know the future that frightens you. I know the questions that keep returning to your mind. What if I fail? What if nothing changes? What if this pain never ends? But let me ask you something. How many times have those fears come true? Most of the battles you imagine never happen. yet they steal your peace today. Do not give tomorrow permission to steal today's peace. I have already gone before you. I am already preparing doors you cannot see. I am already making a path where your eyes see only walls. Nothing surprises me. Nothing is impossible for me. Nothing is beyond my power. So tonight, choose peace instead of fear. Choose faith instead of worry. Choose hope instead of despair. Because I have never stopped working in your life. Even now, while you are listening to these words, I am already doing something beautiful that you cannot yet see. Rest in my promises. Rest in my love. Rest in my presence. Because tomorrow, you will not face it alone. I will be there before you arrive. Stay with me, my child, because my final words tonight may become the beginning of a brand new chapter in your life.